For some bizarre reason, the media, as of late, is seeing fit to, scoop military locations and troop movements. And in some cases, these movements and the links to the stories from the Associated Press and everything have been passed around in emails. Like, oh, look what we're doing with China, and look what we're doing with Iran. The first story that I would like to cover is in regards to, I think it was about 2 carrier groups and a marine flotilla in Iran, or in the ocean near Iran. What I want you to do is go and take a quick look at a map of Iran. Go ahead. I'll be here when you get back. Yeah. Just take a look at Iran. Alright. Quick question. If you look to the west of Iran, what do you see? Iraq, right? If you look to the east of Iran, what do you see? Afghanistan. For those who may not know, we are at war. And we are at war in a theater in both Iraq and Afghanistan. I know what you're thinking, yeah, duh. Anywho, if I have a marine flotilla and a carrier group within the vicinity of Iran, I am able to cover 2 theaters of operation with additional air support. Does that make sense? And it is well within the scope and range of those vehicles to be able to make it and give support as necessary. That covers the Iran flotilla. And to be honest, I believe what the press would want you to believe would be that for some reason we are feeling froggy towards Iran. While Iran is somewhat under observation and always has been, and we've never managed to see eye to eye with them since the late 70s. I know some of our older, not older, I don't mean it like that, guys. I know some of you may very well remember the late 70s and the reason why we dislike Iran. And they probably remember shortly before then with the Shah and why they don't like us. And so the world turns. But these 2 flotillas are there mainly to support the 2 theaters of operation, not to indicate a up and coming assault on Iran. If we are assaulting Iran, if you want to go ahead and take a look at that map again, if we were to assault Iran, then there would really be no reason to put a fresh flotilla in the area. We merely have to turn some of our troops to the east and then the rest of the troops to the west, and next thing you know, you've enveloped your enemy. Now the newer one that's just been broken involved, I want to say it was either 2 or 3 Ohio-class Navy submarines within the vicinity of China. The Ohio-class submarine, for those of you who may not know, is the old boomer. It used to house quite a bit of nuclear weaponry and was part of the program of mutually assured destruction, which kept us so cozy back in the 80s. These submarines have since been refitted with facilities for a DSRV or other type of amphibious operation vehicles that are piggybacked on the top. I'm sure you've seen pictures. The big scoop in the story is that they have been modified. Instead of having their Trident missile base, they have been modified to house Tomahawk missiles. So these little guys took a little peep above the water surface, showing their location, and the story said, oh, they're showing their location near China. Why don't you guys go take a look at a map of China? I'll be here when you get back. Did you look? What's right to the east of China? Korea. And North Korea is feeling pretty froggy here lately. And that is what we refer to as a show of force. It doesn't have to do with that we have some sort of a problem with China. It has to do with there's the potential for conflict in North Korea. and we have several troops in the area, and there's troops in Okinawa, there's troops in South Korea, and the statistics on that, if you were willing to look it up, or if you have any friends who did hardship in Korea, go ahead and talk to them, and they'll be able to give you a little bit more insight onto that. The purpose of this video, though, would be that when you guys, my friends and everything, whenever you see a newspaper article about, or an internet news article about where the military is going to be, or what the military is going to be doing, what the Pentagon has authorized, operations, things like that, bear a couple things in mind, and that is the geographic locations of where it says, and then plug that into your understanding of what we have going on and what we've agreed to fight. And I do understand that a lot of you are very wary of conspiracy and clandestine operations, and I'm here to tell you it's not always the case. The examples being the Iran flotilla situation, as well as the boomers in the South China Sea. So I hope that helps to clarify a little bit. If you have any questions, I don't know much. I think I've just exposed everything that I possibly even know about it. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and we'll either do our best to answer it or lead you in the right direction. But thank you very much for your time.